It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans on Monday night.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. From up in the booth, Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you for this contest, and pretty obvious what this one is framed around, right, partner?
What do you think, the two quarterbacks?
There you go, nailed it. The two quarterbacks who are both right now among some of the best in the NFL.
Yeah, we know what they can do with their talent. We have seen their arm on display week after week, but how do they captain their offense and guide the ship when they're facing, well, one of the few guys in the NFL on the other side who can match them throw for throw? It's going to be must-see TV.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's Stroud. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun now for Stroud. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Play action now, Burrow. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. The tackle there by Daniil Hunter. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Gesicki, complete. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
You get to that money down, that third down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. On target to his back, Joe Mixon.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson. 6 yards, the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
That's caught for the first. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, Stroud. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Stroud off the play fake. Completed to his running back. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Cut by Collins on the slant. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Dax Hill up for the stop.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On play action, here's Stroud. Taken in by Kirk right side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
3rd down, Mixon gets it. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Going to the ground again on first. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
It's Mixon on second down. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Remain Pratt with the play defensively. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
On the ground again with Mixon. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They get 6 and a first down as well.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
First down, Stroud. It's his running back.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Second down now, 7 to go. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Tackle made by the rookie from Wisconsin. Third and 4 coming up now. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. A give. This is Mixon. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. That's the end of our 1st quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. Now Stroud on 3rd and goal. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. First down, Burrow to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Another try following the sack. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. He lobs it up, left sideline, looking for it. That's grabbed inside the 30. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll come up first and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. A quick slant. Here's Gesicki. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. Second and 3 now. Burrow from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. To throw again, it's Burrow. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darren Stingley Jr. Reaches the 40. At the 20. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. First and 10 now from the 30. After the pick, here's Burrow again. This one taken in by Chase. He's got to gain a 6 there. Play brought to an end by Ronald Darby.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, a give to Brown. And they had that one contained right at the line. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They're up 2 touchdowns and could make it a 3-score game here. That's complete. Here's Kirk. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Dax Hill up for the stop. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. Up the sideline, past the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun now for Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Even on the outer edges of this field, Kate, a cornerback making a stop behind the line, it's impressive. But in the middle third, that takes a special and fearless type of cornerback.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Stroud now. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Texans with the football. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Stroud. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And things are really getting away from him, so an important moment here to try and get a sustained possession going. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Finds his man Chase. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing is Burrow. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's difficult on the defense.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 3 now. From the 28. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize...
Touchdown, Cincinnati! We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
Yeah.
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals get it back to a 14-point game. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. We've reached our halftime intermission with the Texans currently in front in Houston. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a terrific first half from the former Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. On the return, here's Jones. This return makes it up to the 25. Out come the Bengals. It's their ball first, leaving the locker room. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. Finds him over the middle. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
2nd and 6 now. Short pass brought in. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Burrow setting to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Pass complete to Mechie. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Following that last play, want to keep that pedal down. 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Stroud. Escapes out to the left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound thud. Not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was 3rd and extra long, and now it's 4th and forever.
The Texans set to punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be Bengals football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run again with Brown. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Brown again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that 1st down. Well done.
1st down, ball at the 36. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Higgins makes the catch. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And the Texans go in nickel coverage, 3rd down. Burrow. Catch made over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Brown on the inside give. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
A give now to Brown. Brushes him off with ease. And as this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field. Things got a little too carried away there, and we are not surprised at all to see the flags fly and the penalty called. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Moss is in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Zach Moss, the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Pierce now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Keeping it with Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over 1 final quarter. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a pickup of 26. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
First and 10, a run to Mixon. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
2nd and 3 now. From the 23. Hits him on the out route. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. A give left side. Here's Mixon. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. From the gun, Stroud. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check-down yards.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Here's Mixon. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs then, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Burrow out of the shotgun. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they can still do their damage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 43. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He gets 6 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Completes this one to Chase. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Offense in the hurry up here. To throw again, it's Burrow. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he'll be brought down at about the 29.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and it forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Offense up to the line fast. From the 29. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. It's a pickup of 11, and it'll be 1st down Bengals.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Throw left side, and Gesicki has it. And he'll go down here at the 16.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. But you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
And that takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Bengals 14 points back. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 16. And this is caught for a score, and we are not done here yet. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping a tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Berrios now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Texans headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A handoff for Mixon, running right. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Ball at the 33 for first down. On the ground again with Mixon. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Second and 6 coming up here. A give to Mixon up the middle. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the Texans. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.